Since lately you've had kids bringing guns on the bus, and it's getting kind of out of hand. And so what would you put in place to attempt to take control of that situation?
The incident we had with the gun, we had 2 incidents, then we had 2 or 3 incidents on Fort Hood. On the bus? On the bus. Well, we have to, on the bus, we have to have some kind of recording where we have it. But you only have one bus driver. The bus driver that have an aide is the one that have the special population kids. So once again, we have to go back and start working with those parents and missing that missing link between them. We have to go back to those kids. I know at one time, 6 years ago, at Ellison High and at Shoemaker and at Hawker Heights, we had the radar things where the kids went through, and a lot of parents got upset about it, and Dr. Patterson moved them out of the way. Maybe we need to bring those back so the kids can go through one door so when they're going into school, off the bus.
The question is on the bus.
Camera, the bus driver, check them when they come on.
The question would be, the question I was thinking be, when the kid's on the bus, you find out he has a gun, what provision would as a school board member, would be in place to protect 2 people? One, the bus driver, and the kids on the bus.
Well, the school district have to get a bus driver some kind of training. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Can every bus driver take care of those kids? We have some high school kids bigger than me and Mr. Rainwater. That's in middle school. And some of them are senior citizens just as they starting a 3rd job. It starts with the parent. We have to be the first teacher for our kids. Train our kids to be obedient, disciplined, and follow the rules.
I have 23 years experience as a high school principal, and unfortunately, I took guns from students on the campus. But what I think I've learned is those are random events. They're unpredictable. They're really not of a pattern. You could find 2 in one day and none for the next 10 years. I don't know. But what I'm saying is our little kids, our elementary guys, need to have a great program in the curriculum piece that's provided for our teachers and say, this is what you do when you see a gun. This is what a gun does to people. This is how it hurts people. This is how it will hurt you. And then our bus drivers need to be trained on the appropriate responses. And then we all need to be vigilant about that. I just don't know a better way to do that and not make a bus a federal penitentiary where everyone's searched and very uncomfortable.
You know, I'm a collaborator, and when I hear people make sense, I'll tell you they make sense. So I'm going to agree with Broccoli. It starts with the parents, which is why you need to elect me to the board. I am a parent, and I am a very involved parent of 4 children. I'm also going to agree with Mr. Rainwater that there needs to be some training in place, and we do not need to make our buses penitentiaries. So this is what I'll say. What I've seen, you know, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are many other districts who've dealt with similar situations, and I believe that success leaves clues. You can always go and figure out what are best practices elsewhere. Some things I've seen other school districts do, and of course we know budgetary constraints are always something that you have to take into consideration. But having video cameras on the buses, having an aide, particularly on buses that carry younger children. Certainly, as an attorney, I would say this: if someone is carrying a gun and they don't have permission to have that gun, it's a violation of the law. The bus driver should be able to call for help immediately. The police should be alerted, and that person needs to be removed for the safety of all the people involved, the bus driver and the other children. So again, I know that we are not the first district to have to grapple with these issues. We don't have to spend a whole lot of money studying it. We need to go figure out what are some best practices, use common sense and implement it. But treat our children like children, not like criminals, because again, it's random, it's not everybody. Thanks.
Wow, we're pretty much all agreeing. I'm with them on as far as educating our parents, have that parent collaboration, involve our parents. And I think the best way to do that is also too, but we have to make sure that we provide a safe and nurturing environment for our children. They should not be afraid to get on a bus. We need to make sure that they're emotionally safe as well as physically safe. And I think the best way to do that is figure out what other school districts are doing, looking what they're doing, like she said, not reinvent the wheel, but also making sure that we don't infringe on anyone's personal rights. And so that's what I think we should do.